Welcome back to Business AM. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiaga. We are live on Facebook, Metropole TV Kenya, YouTube, Metropole TV Kenya. You can also get us on hashtag Business AM at Metropole TV Kenya. I am on at Charles_Kiaga. Let's get talking this morning, therefore, shall we? If you look at the way that we handle Business AM, we are really passionate about businesses, sort of moving your business from the business level, yes, to a brand. So that when people look at your business, they associate it with something. On Business I Am today, we are going to talk to a CEO who understands what branding really means. Because we also understand that it's only until you brand, it's only until things start working around your name that even scaling up becomes possible in business. This morning on Business I am joined by Mengo. He's the CEO for Mengo Concepts. Mengo, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you around.
Yes.
I just want us to start from a basic level this morning. Can you tell me the difference between a business and a brand? Where's this thin line?
You can look at it different ways.
Yes.
First of all, you can look at a product brand.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at a corporate brand. Then you can look at a personal brand. Now, my work is mostly centered around personal brands.
Yes.
Personal brands because at the end of the day, you produce a product, there is so many products like it in the market. You have a business, there is so many similar businesses doing the same things as you.
Yes.
But there is only one you. So that is where my work is centered, to help you come out. Because how you do it is what makes it different, because it's you that is doing it. So when we talk brand, there's many sets of brands, but really what I have decided to focus on is personal brands.
The personal branding.
Yes. And when I'm talking about it in a business or even in a corporate setup, I'm talking about the head of that business or the head of that corporation, because the head is the one that he's the vision, he or she is the vision bearer. They understand the vision. They know why in the first place they started that business.
Yes.
I'd like to relate to Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was actually, he had embodied all these items, personal brand, corporate brand, product brand. I don't think we will ever see a better genius at brand than Steve.
Which is very interesting this
Yes.
morning. You refer to him and say, we'll never see a genius like Steve.
I said we might never see.
We might never see, isn't it? But I also have reservations about what Tim Cook is doing with iPhone right now. Let's not get into brands like that, but we're going to talk about that later.
Yes.
But when you look at him, what aspect of personal branding really stands out from Steve Jobs?
First of all, this guy creates a certain appearance.
Yes.
Okay, the black turtleneck and jeans, that was not just it was not just a personal preference. It was branding. He wants to create a consistent image that when you look at him, you know it's him.
Yeah.
Why does Steve Jobs he insists on doing the product launch of every other product that they launch? This guy is a super salesman. He is a closer. He is coming to close. When I say he's coming to close, I mean he comes, he does his presentation, the next day everyone is in line at the Apple stores. So he is a strong brand. He puts all his personality into the business.
Yes. He
has brought the brand of an innovator. But me and you know that he didn't know as much about the insides of the iPhone as me and as the engineers at Apple. But he decides to be the front. He decides to front everything.
Like he understands every little artery and vein that goes into an iPhone.
The people who have studied him think he is a very particular kind of guy.
Yes.
He wants to understand everything, but I think his strength was in design.
Yes.
The way I look at him.
Yes.
His strength was in design. And
that's the brand itself.
Yes, that's the brand.
The image.
Yes, image. How does Yes, we can't just make a computer. It has to look beautiful. That is aesthetics. And these are the things that people connect with. You want something beautiful. You don't want just anything.
And therefore, this morning, I just want us to bring it therefore here locally. And I want to point you back to 2015, a report by the World Bank.
Yes.
They said, look, one of the challenges that most businesses in the country are facing is that most of them haven't realized the importance to invest further in advertising, sort of presenting an image. Do you think that from where you sit, when you look at the businesses in the country, you will say that yes, they have a point here, because some of the people that have interacted in didn't even realize the need to represent this image, this brand that people can resonate with?
Yes, and I would put that together with access to capital.
Yes.
I would put it together. And I would say this, what image does your business project? Talking of startups especially, when you have a startup, mostly you don't even have a track record because you haven't done this for a long time.
You haven't done this for a long time.
But I would put it this way, also as a way of giving some information that is important. Who do you associate with? Or who does your business associate with? When you have the right associations, they are able to help you create that kind of a track record. When you, by this I mean, who do you hang out with?
Yes.
These things affect your image. Secondly, I'd say you can never get rich looking broke. I have seen some pitches, the way guys come there to pitch, you look at them, you cannot trust them with your money.
Yes.
And they want to raise cash.
Yes.
When you go to a banker, how are you dressed? How are you earned? Secondly, how do you sell your dream? Very, very, very important. How do you communicate? Even in advertising. Advertising is not just advertising. You're selling your dream. You're selling your product. Communication is very, very important. Most startups and most businesses have not involved communication consultants. Talk to a communications consultant, talk to an advertising consultant, and when Facebook online advertising came,
Yes.
people just assumed they already know what to do. As long as you can click boost, you think you're good. And it's not the case. Involve consultants. If you're going to do a pitch, involve an image consultant. Let him tell you how to dress. Start learning communication. Go to Toastmasters. Learn how to speak in public. Learn how to articulate your dream. If you can't sell your dream as a startup, you're not going anywhere.
Yes.
Involve a communications consultant. Let them help you with your communications, even your posts, how you put them out.
Yes.
Invest in advertising to scale, and especially now, TV is still big, online advertising is big, radio is still big, and then come out and tell the world what you have. Tell the world.
Just before we went on air,
Yes.
you were telling me about personal branding, and
Yes.
when you really therefore specifically talking about deeper personal branding, you say people don't respond to the corporate, and you say that people actually repulse the corporate messages. They respond to personal messages. I just want you to help me understand what you really mean by this.
Yes, that is something very important that has not been looked at for a long time. People don't trust corporates. I'll tell you, it's the truth. Like it or not, it's the truth. Because people trust people. People want to talk to people.
Yes.
And as I told you before we went on air, is that take a scenario of a corporation CEO and his company. They are both online. Both of them put out an update or put out a post at the same time. Take a day or two, go back, check the engagement. You will find that the CEO has considerably more engagement than the post of the company. What does that tell you? When people look at the corporate, they know, you're just trying to sell me. But when they look at a human in the name of a CEO, they know that this is a real person who has real needs like me. Okay? And he is telling me something I want to hear. And for that reason, I say that CEOs need to come out front from behind their corporate brands. Let them come out and sell their ideas. Let them come out and sell their visions. Let them come out and make us believe. Let them make us believe in their vision the same way they do.
Yes.
And we will buy. Yes, because people want to interact with people, not corporations.
So are you actually saying that for this startup that is trying to brand its business, they should get a person, isn't it? As opposed to telling us what the company is about, because everybody will say, which company is this? Yeah. Are you saying that we should see the company through the eyes of the CEO?
I think you have just put it in the best way anyone could put it.
Yes.
Let us, actually I talk about the founder. The founder has the very strength,
yes,
that is needed. No one can sell like the founder. No one can sell like the founder, because yes, he is the bearer of the dream. He is the bearer of the vision. But I will tell you, the founder then can also not sell if they don't practice their communication.
Nice.
They have to go and learn how to communicate, how to sell, and how to I don't know, I'm looking for that word, I can't find it, but they have to find a way to communicate their dream.
Yes.
They must find ways to learn communications, go to Toastmasters, learn how to speak in public, and spend time around the kind of people that will help you take your vision further.
Yes, I know you consult with a lot of companies.
Yes.
When you're taking them through startups. Sorry, a lot of startups, when you're taking them through branding.
Yes.
And so I know it's a lengthy process. But should somebody decide today, I'm going in to work with Mengo, so that we can have a brand, a personal brand for my startup. Yes. What is this process that you're going to take them through until you achieve this personal branding image that you actually need for this startup?
So first of all, I have to understand them. I have to understand their own perspective of them.
Yes.
What do they think of themselves? And I'll tell you, most people are struggling with self-worth, and sometimes it's the reason they can't even raise enough capital.
What is the self-worth?
By self-worth, I mean self-esteem. If you don't have self-esteem, you can't sell.
Yes.
Because it is hard to convince me you even believe in what you're doing. So we start off by, I have created a personal branding guide that I share with my clients. They have to fill it. It has questions that help me to get into them, to understand where is this dream coming from. Some dreams don't come from the right places. Yes. They come from places of frustration. They're not coming from a place of love and a place of giving. You out of our place of care. You're not just doing a business for the sake of doing it. You're doing it for a reason. I need to understand those reasons. Now, I need to understand your values. I need to understand your beliefs. These are the things that we will put out. These are the things that will help you to connect with your market. I have to understand your market. Your market will guide me in knowing how you will dress, how you will speak, where you will speak, where you will spend your time, what kind of shows you're going to go on, what kind of publications you'll be on. Because here we're also creating channels for you to put out content. Content builds authority.
Yes.
If you don't have content, you don't have authority. Why do we respect authors? Because they have given content that gives them authority. So any startup today, if you're doing healthcare, put out content about healthcare. Put out your thoughts. We're not saying you're perfect. You're also learning, but tell us what you're learning.
Yes.
Put out content. Talk about your views about your industry, and then slowly by slowly you're creating authority.
Yes.
So these are the things I take people through. And once you feel the guide that I have, I am able to know now where to place you and what kind of areas that I can be able to push you into.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the second last question, because
Yes.
my director tells me that we've really eaten into our 25 minutes.
Yes.
Anyway, how pertinent do you think personal branding is to the success of a startup?
For that, I would direct your viewers to read the story of Elizabeth Holmes.
Yes.
This is a classic Silicon Valley story. Elizabeth Holmes, right now, she's facing 20 years in jail for wire fraud. But I'll tell you, she moved from 0 to $9 billion in 10 years. She's in healthcare. She was trying to build something she called the Edison that would do blood tests and everything. But the part I am interested in is how she built her personal brand and how it helped her in fundraising.
Yes.
One, she was a die-hard fan for Steve Jobs. She even tracked down the designer who used to dress Steve Jobs to dress her. That is her. And she had so much conviction. When I talk of associations, her board of directors consisted of 2 former secretaries of state, 2 former secretaries of defense. She had Boyes, the baddest lawyer in the US.
Yes,
you know, these are associations to show that I can be able to deliver. Your money is safe, and when you're surrounded by a very, very rich and strong white men, you're giving a certain image.
Given a certain image, isn't it?
So now,
empower myself.
Exactly.
Yes.
She even went ahead and created a fake baritone voice to show strength and power. And she's a woman. She's trying to overcome some things that would undo her brand. So when I say that is how important your personal brand can be to your business.
To the success of a business, isn't it?
Yes.
Man, I wish I had more time so we can continue with this conversation. But should people want to talk to you, Mengo, how can they get you?
Yes, I'm online, SherastineMengo.com. Sherastine Mengo, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, you can find me. Yes, shoot me a message, then we can be able to have a conversation.
Very much. We can talk about personal branding.
Yes.
I'm telling you, we never get to receive more time, especially when we were doing the last part of the show. Here's the thing, because the general manager is not around, Richie, we're supposed to go up to 10, weren't we? Okay, so we have to end the show. That's fine. Anyway, this is still Business AM. All right, my name is Elijah Charles Kiage. A great thank you to all those who made the show a success this morning. Guess what? You can catch a repeat of this exactly after the 1 p.m. news this afternoon. But if you don't get a television, then you can go online. That is on YouTube. Hashtag Business AM. Talk to us. We can tell us what the links are. Facebook as well. You can get this there, preview it, talk to us, ask questions. Guess what? That's where we are. We are all about matters, the weight of the money in your pocket. Good morning. We step out with the weather.